Good morning. This is my office. We're in a cold and blustery Iowa winter day today. It was awesome yesterday. It was like 55 degrees and raining. However, this morning it's slightly cold, and so I am in my hooded sweatshirt this morning. Great office apparel. I just wanted to mention to you this morning that, first of all, my name's Sasha Clark. If you haven't met me before, I'm very excited that you're on our team. I just posted a link to a PDF about essential oil safety, and that has been published by Young Living Corporate. It's important that you read it and incorporate all the language in that document into your sharing language. Those are my children, blessed children. Anyway, they're playing tag, it looks like. So, I am a stay-at-home mom. I do have children, and I love them very dearly. That's why I'm doing this. Young Living is really important to me because there isn't an oil company that I would trust on my children more than Young Living. I've seen the farms. I've seen the distillation process. I've met Gary. I think that there isn't a company that is more committed to high quality essential oils, and you know, I can take risks on my own body, but when it comes to my children, I'm very uncomfortable using products that are cut, diluted, or somehow not using full disclosure in their manufacturing process. So anyway, if you want more information about that, email me or message me on Facebook, and I'll be happy to get you more information about some of the research that folks have done about other companies and why we choose Young Living essential oils. And you've made the right choice. If you're listening to this video, it's because you've made a good choice, and I am proud of you. So anyway, I am wanting to tell you a little story about my son. Some of you heard last week he had croup. I went to the emergency room. Hi, Isaiah. He's feeling a lot better today. We went to the emergency room last week because he was coughing in the middle of the night so horribly. I mean, he was barking. And you know, I'm not a doctor, and so I just wanted to tell you this story to help emphasize. Come here, buddy. And say hi. To emphasize to everybody why having a doctor is important. So he had this really bad cough, and because I'm not a doctor, I thought it was a cold. Bronchitis most likely, but I'm not authorized to diagnose. So I was using some cold remedies, thieves, oregano, lemon, Melrose, anything to get rid of the bacteria that I thought was in his lungs. And the croup kept getting worse. Now, had I not been a seasoned oil user, I would have thought, these oils just aren't working, because he was getting worse. But because I am an experienced oiler, I know that a lot of times I have the right oil for the wrong condition. And that was the case with Mr. Isaiah last week. What happened was that he had croup. Croup is actually an infection of the esophagus. Didn't know this before we went to the emergency room, by the way, but this is the education I got at 2 o'clock in the morning Sunday night with an emergency room doctor. She said that croup is a viral infection that causes an inflammation or swelling in the esophagus. And so she recommended a nebulizer treatment, and which is albuterol. And I'm inherently uncomfortable with albuterol, to be honest with you. It's a bronchial dilator, but in some people it creates a stimulant effect in the brain, and I'm a little uncomfortable with that. So they did a nebulizer treatment in the ER to help him breathe. She also said that if the coughing spells got really bad, to go out in the cold because it's an inflammation issue. So, you know, if you have a sprain or some sort of other inflammation, you know, ice packs or something cold will help that. So I get home and I'm thinking, well, I have a ton of anti-inflammatory oils like copaiba, balsam fir, frankincense. So when he started his next coughing spell, which was about 4 o'clock in the morning, I applied those oils to his throat, not his chest, because he doesn't have a lung infection. He had a viral infection that was causing swelling in his throat, and it helped. So my point is, I had the right oils, but I had the wrong diagnosis because I'm not a doctor. So this is my warning to you: do not fire your doctor. In fact, if you can get to a point where you can have an open, honest dialogue with your doctor, you will probably be miles ahead of the game, because you need to be able to tell them sometimes, especially in emergency situations, what kind of things you've already been using at home. And that's for the protection of your children. I know that some of you are really fond of the blend Raven for chest colds. And Raven has an ingredient in it called wintergreen, and aspirin was developed off of the properties of wintergreen. So again, if you're in a in an emergency situation and they say, have you used anything at home, you should tell them, I have put Raven on, because wintergreen will naturally thin your blood, which is part of the reason that it's therapeutic and it's doing its job, but your doctor needs to know some of those things. So please use some common sense, and please read the safety guidelines, and please consult your doctor whenever you're not sure. I have another story about having the right oil for the wrong diagnosis. It wasn't quite as severe as this last story, but I had a bump on my hip about 3 summers ago that I thought was a spider bite. I had been staying at a friend's house, and her bedroom is in a basement, and so I just thought, oh, I got a spider bite in the middle of the night. And it turns out that it wasn't a spider bite, because I had been putting purification on it for two or 3 days, and it wasn't getting any better. And so I went to the doctor and found out it was a boil. I have no idea how I got a boil, but and I think it's kind of gross, but anyway, it was a boil. So I went home and used Melrose, and within 24 hours, the boil was gone. So again, I have plenty of stories of times when I've had the right oil but the wrong diagnosis. And so again, it's a really important thing that you hang on to your medical team. And if your doctor isn't willing to have an open conversation with you about essential oils, then, you know, that's something you need to consider. But I definitely think having no doctor is not a good idea. Or maybe I should say that without the double negative. Having a doctor is a great idea. Make sure you get one you're comfortable with, one that you can have a dialogue with. So anyway, I'm too blessed to be stressed, and I really appreciate everything you guys are doing. We're having an amazing month. And oh, one last thing, if you hung in here, this is a 7-minute video now, if you hung in here till the last minute, you deserve to know that a rumor says, the rumor on the street this morning, actually on Facebook, and one of the groups I belong to, is that Valor is back in stock. I'm on hold right now with Give Living to order my own bottle. But if you're listening to this message, you deserve to know that Valor's back in stock. I'll be posting about it later on Facebook for everybody to know. After I actually get my bottle, I want to make sure that the rumor's true before I get everybody excited. So anyway, have a wonderful day. Thanks. Bye.